Hi there, I'm Michael Wagner, and I thought I would read you a book of mine. It's called Bear Make Den. Now, I say it's a book of mine, but it's actually a book of several of us because I wasn't the only person involved in making it. As you can see, the story is by Jane Godwin and Michael Wagner. I'm Michael Wagner, Jane Godwin is my wife. We actually wrote this together. Have you ever tried that, writing a story with a friend? It's an interesting thing to try. Not that easy because sometimes you argue a little bit about what the words should be. So you have to make sure you're good and cooperative with each other and work like a team when you're working together, especially with writing. And it was also illustrated by a very talented illustrator, artist called Andrew Joyner, although we call him Andy, but his real name is Andrew Joyner. And this is called Bear Make Den. Bear Make Den? Why is it called Bear Makes Den? Let's have a look. Look at the lovely work. Look at Bear. He's painting a whole wall yellow. He's very talented. Bear Make Den. And have a look at where we start. Bear is digging a great big hole in a big mountain. And inside, you know what he's done? Inside that big hole, he's made a home for himself. And what do bears call their homes? Dens. So when he's done digging his hole and making his home, he says, Bear make den. Den good. Den great. Den just right. And look at him. He leans back to have a little relaxing time to celebrate and rest after all his hard work. Except there's a problem. He falls over. There is no chair. Den not done, he says. Den need. And look, he goes into the forest and he starts sawing pieces of wood and making chairs. Wait. Den need. He's off to make table. But after a while, he thinks again. Den still not done. Den need. What do you think Den need now? He saws and saws and saws. He hammers and hammers and hammers. He even sews. And when he's finally done, he says, bed. He's made a great bed. A bunk bed, actually. But then it comes again. Den need. Sofa. He makes a sofa. It gets too dark. Den too dark. Den need. You can see what he's making there. Light. Perfect. He sits and reads his book with his new lamps on either side of his sofa. But then his tummy grumbles. Grrr. And he says, Bear hungry. Bear need. He's cooking something. Can you guess what he's cooking in his oven that he's just made for himself? Cake. He eats the cake. He saws himself a piece. And after a while, that feeling comes back again. Den need. Look what he's doing. He's chiseling away at a great big piece of wood. And what's he making down here? He's making these little chess pieces. And he says, game. And look what he's done. He's made chess pieces that go with his table so he can play a game of chess. And that's, livening up his home. But look, after a while, he plays for both the white pieces and the green pieces. And in the end, he wins. But he's playing against himself, so he also loses. And he thinks it again. Den need. Art. Look what he's done. He's painted the walls of his den to brighten the place up. And it really has brightened the place up. Look at all those different bears he's painted all over the walls. But what's going to happen? He's painting and he says, den, need, oh. He's worked something out. And he goes outside with his sign that he's made onto the front porch of his den. And right out there he says, den, need, bears. And the bears are all in the forest waiting for him. They're in the trees and on the ground, and they all pop up when he calls them with the words, den, need, bears. And look what happens. They all come over for a great big party in Bear's new den. And while they're all dancing and singing and having fun, eating cake, playing the game, it's finally when Bear says, den, done. That is Bear Make Den by myself and Jane Godwin, my wife, and the extremely talented Andrew or Andy Joyner. I hope you enjoyed it.